Hi, my name is Aneta. It's my second video, and if you want to know something more about me, please visit the link which I left in the description box below. So today we're going to answer some questions about oxidation numbers. These are all the past papers and all the other questions I could find from my years in school. So here we go. You can prepare your periodic table. It's useful. And this is the first question. Give the oxidation number of molybdenum in the ion MOO for 2-. So, from the rules, which of course you can learn from my blog, which I will leave the link down below. Oxygen is usually -2, apart from some of the instances that you will learn from my blog. So we leave the space for MO, we add 4 times the -2 charge, which is for the oxygen, and this equals to the overall charge of the ion, which is -2. So MO plus -8 equals -2. 6 should be in here, which tells us that +6 is the oxidation number of MO. This is the next question. During the smelting, C2S is produced. This is collected and blown with air to produce copper, and this is the equation. This is classified as a redox reaction. Use oxidation numbers to explain which elements have been oxidized and which reduced. So to get started, oxidation, so the ions have been oxidized, means they lost electrons, and the ones which have been reduced, they gained electrons. Gain. Reduction is gain, oxidation is loss. So let's have a look at Cu first, copper. From the periodic table, we can see that sulfur is in group 6, so to be the most stable, it would have to gain 2 electrons, so -2 equals 0 because it's not an ion. So for this to be equal 0, copper must be 2, but because copper, there are 2 molecules of copper, we have to divide this by 2, which is 1. So copper is +1. On the other side, copper is just itself, it's an atom, so the oxidation number is 0, so it goes to 0. We can see from here that copper gained electrons because it went from plus to being 0, the neutral, so it's been reduced. Okay, so let's have a look at sulfur. It was -2 at the beginning, and then it combined with oxygen, so sulfur plus 2 oxygens, so 2 times -2 equals 0 because it's not an ion, it's a compound. So something plus -4 equals 0. So sulfur's oxidation number is +4. So it went from -2 to +4. So it lost 6 electrons. It lost 2 electrons to be neutral, and then lost 4 more to be +4. And when it lost, it became oxidized. Our last one to have a look at is oxygen. It's an atom here, So oxygen went from 0 to oxygen with sulfur, as we said, was -4. But because there's 2 of them, have to divide the -4 by 2, which is -2. So it went from 0 to -2, meaning it has been oxidized because it lost electrons. Sorry, the other way around. It's become reduced because it gained these electrons. It went from neutral to being more negative. So the next question I've got here is when hydrogen chloride is heated with MnO2, it reacts according to the following equation, and you've got the equation here, and explain why this is classified as a redox equation. So redox reaction is the one where we've got oxidation and reduction in the same equation. So we've got to check this first, and we can do it using oxidation numbers. So you want to check the Mn first. It's with oxygen, and oxygen is always -2, but there's 2 of them, so -4. It's a compound, so the overall is 0. So Mn must be +4. Goes from +4 to MnCl2. Cl is in group 7. So it needs 1 more electron to become full. So as an ion, it's -1. So its oxidation number is -1 because it needs that 1 more electron. So Mn plus -1, but there's 2 of them, so -2 equals 0 because it's a compound. So Mn is +2. So Mn in this reaction gains electrons because it's less positive than it was at the beginning, so it's reduced. Reduction is gain in electrons. Let's check chlorine now. So it was as HCl. H is always 1, apart from some other uses, but that's what I teach you in my blog. So it's hydrogen plus 1 plus the chlorine, and it's 0 because it's a compound. Chlorine is -1, so -1, and it goes to chlorine as an atom. This means its overall oxidation number is 0. So it was -1, it lost electron because it went a bit more positive. This means it's oxidized. Oxidation is loss of electrons. Therefore, this clearly shows that it's a redox equation because we've got reduction going on and oxidation. So the next question we've got here has 2 parts. So all halogens are oxidizing agents. Let's just quickly say what an oxidizing agent is. Oxidizing agent is the one that oxidizes something else, so itself gets reduced. So oxidizing agent is itself reduced, and reduction is gain, so it gained electrons. And then we've got a questions. Why are the halogens oxidizing agents? Halogens are group 7 atoms, and they all want to gain 1 electron to have that full outer shell. This means they want to be reduced. Reduction is gain. They want to gain that 1 electron. That's why they're best oxidation agents, because gaining electron completes its shell. The second part of the question is, give the oxidation state of chlorine in NaClO3. So, Na is in group 1, so according to our rules, its oxidation number is +1, plus the chlorine that we want to find, plus the oxygen. Oxygen is -2, but we got 3 of them, so we do -6, and this is a compound, so the answer must be 0. So if we got +1, and then we add in -6, we need one more +5 for it to be equal to 0. Therefore, chlorine's oxidation number equals +5. Always remember to put the plus in front, because in some of the past papers that I've seen, the mark scheme clearly says don't accept 5+, or just the 5 itself. It has to be with a plus in front. Okay, so the next question that I found is state the oxidation number of chromium and CrO2Cl2. So as previously, we leave the chromium, we add in oxygens, but we've got 2 of them, so -4. Then we add in the chlorines. Chlorine is in group 7, so according to our rules, the oxidation number is -1. But we've got 2 of them, so it's -2. It's a compound, so all together is equal to 0. So for it to equal 0, chromium must be +6. So chromium oxidation number equals +6. I hope you're all following. If you're struggling with anything, please click in the link down below to my tutoring on my blog, and perhaps that will help you. So the next question is, complete the table below to give the oxidation number of each element present. And this is the equation. So they also gave us a table, so we just have to fill out the table. So the initial oxidation number of nitrogen, so this, you can do notes, nitrogen plus hydrogen is always +1, but there's 3 of them, so +3 equals 0, it's a compound. So nitrogen must be -3. And the final, nitrogen plus oxygen. Oxygen is always -2, so we add -2, and it's 0. So it goes to +2. And that's it. We have to do the same thing for hydrogen and oxygen now. I also left all of these questions on a printable sheet for you on my blog. So if you want to print it off and do it as we go along, you're free to do it. So hydrogen is always +1. And it goes to this, and it's still +1. So there's no change in oxidation number of hydrogen. And oxygen, it's an atom here, so it's always 0. And it goes to this, and oxygen is always -2, so -2. You can also say which one is reduced, which one is oxidized, and which one's neither, but this is not what the question asks, so if you just want to practice it, nitrogen goes from -3 to +2. This means it lost electrons, and if it lost, it's oxidized. Oxygens went from 0 to -2, so it gained 2 electrons, so it's reduced. Okay, thank you very much for watching this video. Find the link attached with my tutoring in the box below, description box below. And also remember, everything I show you are my techniques and ways of learning and revising. If you have any questions about my videos, please comment or email them. The link in the description box below for this, for emailing. Also, if you have any comments about the quality or content of my videos, please also leave them under this video. It will really help me in making the next ones. And see you next time. Thank you. Remember to like and subscribe. See you soon. Bye.